many horrifyingly dangerous monsters in Subnautica. And usually, the bigger the size, the deadlier. I say usually because the most dangerous creature in the game is actually not that big. The strongest apex predator in the game is me. And to prove that, I'm gonna kill every single fish in the game. Everything from the defenseless peeper to the fire-breathing sea dragon. Why am I doing this? Simple. I am a horrible person. Oh, and did I mention I'm doing this in hardcore mode? That's right. If I die, the save will delete itself. I'll be very sad, and the video will be over. But I'm not gonna let that happen. In fact, I'm so confident I'll give away 3 copies of Subnautica if I do end up failing. Anyways, let's get right into the fish killing shenanigans. The first thing I did was make myself the British hole puncher. This is the only weapon we can make in the game, so we're gonna have to get super comfortable using it. There used to be more weapons, but they were removed after the Obrex's Prime incident. But even though a pair of virgins ruined my dream of wielding an underwater AK, I'm still doing the work of a goddamn menace. None of them stand a chance. Is this how pit bulls feel when they're at a packed playground? I feel like an emo in a high school bathroom. And before you get offended, I could make that joke. I too used to cut in high school. Not myself, but other people. I should just title this video, Your Average Day in London. All right, less jokes, more strokes. I'm seriously starting to think that even with just this knife, that nothing can stop me. Every time I approach these violent spaghetti noodles, they start chewing on me like a Marine with a crayon box. So we're gonna need some better equipment to make us a more viable threat. But before we can get the equipment, we need a base. Now, the last time I played this thalassophobia-inducing experience, I attempted to hatch every single egg in the game. And to complete that challenge, I ended up building a base that could fit even Nikocado himself. However, we won't need all that space this time, so I began building a simple base. My humble abode is now finished. Now, there's 3 things I need before we can go back to playing piñata with the fish. The first is a better weapon. Now, I know I said earlier that the knife is the only weapon we can make in the game, but that doesn't stop us from making the knife better. How do we do that? With a modification station. God, that's such a fun thing to say. Using this machine, we can combine the knife with a battery on some Dead Rising type shit to make the heated knife, which comes with a bunch of new features like cooking fish on impact, absolutely looking badass, and of course, dealing more damage to whatever foe I might face. Now, the second thing I need is the stasis rifle. This tool shoots out an orb that stops whatever it hits for a short time, as well as any other creature within the vicinity of the blast. And if I chain these shots back to back, any creature I come across will have no way of avoiding my Hannah Baker makeover. And the last thing I need is the reinforced dive suit. Just in case my stasis rifle knife combo fails, this suit will reduce the amount of damage I'll take. Once I had all 3 of these items, I swam back to the jelly shroom cave to run the set with the slender slimy fish dildo. From here, I took care of the last few fish that I could kill on the surface levels and started making my way to the Aurora to fight the Reaper Leviathan, one of the deadliest, most iconic fish in the game. What? It's the Reaper's lucky day, because now it's being protected by a blanket of yummy radiation. Now, I could go to the dunes instead and fight one of the many Reaper Leviathans roaming there, but we're not doing that. I'm not trying to end up on World Star for getting jumped by 3 of these hoes. So I made a radiation suit and went inside to repair the Aurora. Once the ship was patched up, I re-equipped my reinforced dive suit and swam back to catch my fade. In order to continue marking off names on my fishy hit list, we need to go deeper, something I'm not able to do without the right supplement. Something I'm not able to do without a better vehicle. So I got my robot child slaves to build me a Cyclops. While they work on that, let's take care of another quick task. For those of you who don't know, there's a secret fish in the game that can only be found by hatching a special egg. And since no fish will be spared from this pointless genocide, we're gonna have to hatch it. This low-key is just spawn killing with extra steps. And now we wait, which gives us the perfect opportunity for a snack break. Today we'll be eating the newest member of the Mana Patreon family, Demuxus's ass. Yeah, I'm not living this one down, am I? If you want access to content early and to be assimilated as well, join the Patreon down below. As always, thank you guys for your support, and let's eat Demuxus's ass so that he could become one with Mono. This one's bigger than normal. Oh, this one's gonna be a little hard to swallow. All right, big swallow. 1, 2, 3. No, body rejected that one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now back to the video. The egg has hatched. Now I could slice it up, but I'd get multiple death threats from the Subnautica community since people think that this Lizzo Ursula hybrid is cute for some reason. So I decided to use it as fuel for my bioreactor. I'm kidding, I would never do that. I'd be an irredeemable monster if I put a creature through such intense pain. And it won't let me do it, but that's okay, because I have another way to end this fish in a way where I won't get in trouble. Let's tuck you in there. Yeah, this should be deep enough.
Warning, maximum depth 3.
With my Cyclops now finished, I traveled down into the Green Sea, where I challenged my next great threat, the Ghost Leviathan. Not as strong as the Reaper, but equally as large and terrifying. But unlike any woman ever, size means nothing to me. Once the Reaper was folded, I took care of the rest of the fish in the Green Sea. Fun fact about these guys, even in death, they keep moving. Isn't that neat? So here's my question, is it really necrophilia? Next fish up for the Harambe meet and greet is the Reefback Leviathan. This giant oceanic Roomba has the most health in the game, and because of that, we're gonna have to tackle this fish differently. Since there are a lot of them floating around in the game, I might lose track of the one I'm slashing when I take breaks to fill my lungs with sweet, sweet oxygen. So to make this easier on myself, I'm gonna mark one of these with a floater. These things stick themselves to whatever you throw them at and can even make things float to the surface. Wait a minute. Oh my god, that actually worked! All right, time to get a new pair of gills. Oh, where the fuck did it go? Now it's time to move even deeper to fight the strongest, most terrifying Leviathan in the game. But believe it or not, I'm not ready for that fight just yet. This fire-breathing behemoth might as well be low tier god, since I am the size of a summer ant compared to it. Even with my current equipment, I barely stand a chance without making a single mistake. So what do? Get the sweatshop cyborgs to build me a prawn suit. That's right, we Pacific Rimming up in this bitch. Now on its own, the prawn suit is quite underwhelming. Its punches are significantly weak and it has the buoyancy of a squirrel strapped to a cinder block. But these problems can easily be fixed by using the drill and grapple arms. The drill arm is a tool that was intended to mine mineral deposits, but it can also do this. However, its range is limited, which is where the grapple arm comes in. Using this, I can stick myself to anything, including Leviathans. So with this tool combination, I'll be able to grapple myself to the sea dragon and slowly diminish its health in the safety of my mech suit. It won't be as fast as using the heat blade, but I'd much rather have some wall of protection against this mega crocodile dragon squid.
You will subscribe to Mono Aurelio in exchange for hand.
Now that we're in the lava zone, let's take care of the last bit of small fright the game has to offer. Okay, why won't you die? So I completely neglected the fact that these fish live in boiling hot water, which means their heat tolerance is probably on par with Guy Ferrari. This is fine though, because this gives me the opportunity to test out the prawn suit, which worked flawlessly. Before I start grinding up Hentai Godzilla, I need kyanite to upgrade my prawn suit's dev module. So let's grab some real quick. I was too carefree. I got caught lacking, and I paid the ultimate price for it. But I'll be damned if I stop right here. A promise is a promise. I'll be giving away those Subnautica copies, but only after I kill every single fish. So I booted up a new save and got straight to work. I wasted no time on any of the game's luxuries. To get back to where I was, I needed to build a Cyclops and a prawn suit as fast as possible. It was a long and stressful 5-hour grind, but I got back to where I needed to be and even upgraded my prawn suit's depth limit. And with no other obstacles in my way, I hopped into my mech and sought out the green boiling bastard. My plan was much more ineffective than I anticipated. Dealing consistent damage over time was almost impossible since my ship keeps getting smacked up like a 50s housewife. Although I'm safe during most of the process, I need to find a way to kill the sea dragon faster. So I went back to the Cyclops to think of a better plan. I had the stasis rifle and heat knife, but the Leviathan might be heat resistant as well, making this combo more useless than having Reeboks as a cripple. So I was left with no other choice but to become a World War II German dictator. This sounds like a fucked up joke, but I'm being dead serious. The gasopods from the safe shallows drop green orbs that explode and do crazy amounts of damage over time. The thing is, you can actually collect these and use them yourself. So I snagged a fairly reasonable amount and made my way back to the lava zone. Here's the plan. Stun the sea dragon with the stasis rifle, drop every single gas pod I have, and hopefully relish in my success. However, I have no room for error. If I slip up, the sea dragon will not hesitate to cook my ass. It's the riskiest play ever, but it was my only shot. Oh, it's the moment of truth. Okay, it's taking damage. Oh my god, is it dead? Is it dead? It is dead! I am him! And with that Leviathan dead, I only had one more left to kill, the Sea Emperor Leviathan. Now this is gonna be a tricky one because this Leviathan can't actually be killed. However, it does die right after you hatch its eggs, which you can do by grabbing a couple obscure plant samples to craft the hatching enzymes. But that takes way too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and make these enzymes the good old-fashioned way. And so I spread my enzymes on the eggs and watched them hatch, indirectly killing the Sea Emperor, thus making me the strongest apex predator in the game, just like I promised. Oh, and before I forget, if you want to win a free copy of Subnautica, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow the directions in the description, and I'll be picking the winners 1 week after this video drops. And while you wait, click this video to watch me hatch every single egg in Subnautica. Anyways, have a good day.